and thank you for joining me for today's Lake Take. In life, we make the mistake of believing that others or circumstances have the power to make us feel whole or happy. We forget that we are imperfect people living in an imperfect world, and more often than not expect perfection. We expect a promotion at work, we expect our children to make good decisions, we expect others to be there for us when we need them the most. And when those expectations go unmet, we end up having our joy stolen and facing problems. And for good reason. Problems pop up in our lives when we look to anything or anyone other than God to fulfill the needs in our life. Years ago, I heard a story about a missionary couple who had spent their entire lives ministering to and serving in remote third world countries. And eventually, the time came for them to return home to the United States. And so they did, and as their plane landed, they looked out the windows of the plane and saw a large group of smiling and waving people out on the tarmac. And the husband, when he saw this, became incredibly excited and overwhelmed with joy. But unfortunately, that joy was short-lived because as he was disembarking from the plane, he realized that the group was there for a popular band who had also been on their flight. And as they were making their way to the terminal, grumbling, he turned to his wife and said, "Can you believe this? Nobody showed up for us coming home. Not one person. I can't believe we devoted our entire lives in service, and this is the thanks we get." And his wife listened and took his arm lovingly and looked up at him and said, "Honey, we aren't home yet. The Bible tells us no eye has seen or ear has heard all of the wonderful things that God has in store for us. But we need to remember, we aren't home yet. One day, all of our expectations will be exceedingly and abundantly met. In the meantime, we are being conditioned for eternity in learning to trust God in every situation. So let's not let those unmet expectations steal our joy today, because the best is yet to come."